Got a big mouth, can't help it. I talk from my heart, I'm real, you know what I'm saying? Whatever comes, comes. But my controversy probably. And it's not my fault. I'm trying to find my way in the world, you know, I'm trying to be somebody instead of just make money off everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I go down paths that haven't been traveled before, and I usually mess up. But I learn, you know what I'm saying? I come back stronger. You know, I'm not talking ignorant, you know what I'm saying? So I obviously put thought into what I do. I got a big mouth, can't help it. I talk from my heart, I'm real, you know what I'm saying? Whatever comes, comes. But my controversy probably. And it's not my fault. I'm trying to find my way in the world, you know, I'm trying to be somebody instead of just make money off everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I go down paths that haven't been traveled before, and I usually mess up. But I learn, you know what I'm saying? I come back stronger. You know, I'm not talking ignorant, you know what I'm saying? So I obviously put thought into what I do. Your karma, everything that you do bad comes back to you. So anything that I'm doing that's bad, I'm gonna have to suffer for it. But in my heart, I think what I'm doing is right. You know what I mean? And I think heaven is just when you sleep with a good conscience. You don't have nightmares. And hell is
What's going on, everyone? I'm so happy you decided to join me on this journey called Podcast Life. We will be discussing topics like celebrity gossip, life lesson, politics, and etc. This is a judge-free zone. Think of me as that homegirl that is so down to earth that you feel like you've been knowing for years. Remember, over here at the Boomerang Effect, the motto is never judge a book by its cover before opening it up and reading it. And remember, it's okay to agree to disagree. Just stand on what you're saying. Got it? Period. Please like, comment, share, give feedback, anything to help this podcast grow because it is a voice for the people. So, love, peace, and unity. Mwah. What's going on, everyone? It is your girl, Queen Quee, and this is the Boomerang Effect. Get in now. Yeah, yeah, get in now. Hey, yeah, yeah. I just it is hot topics. So let's get into some different hot topics that is going on in the gossip world, blogs, and etc. I hope everyone is doing okay. Down here in Texas, the weather is horrible, so please keep everyone in your prayers. We're dealing with a lot of power outage, and that is very dangerous. Like, it's not something to be taken lightly for. Like, we are really living in a survival zone type of stuff, especially when you have elderly people that already probably did not use a lot of electronics and different stuff like that. They're stuck in their house. They don't have no way to get in contact with people, or if they have to take certain type of medicine. I think I read one story where the family members was concerned because all their, elderly, the grandparents or whatever, needed to machine, like, I mean, grind their meals and stuff like that, so they can only have liquid. And so that was very concerned about that, because it was like, golly, we can't even do that. Then you have the babies, don't even get me wrong, just the kids in general. So please, I mean, they're saying it should be over by Friday. I'm just praying that the power is restored. I don't think the problem is with people having to be in the house and stuff like that. It's just the fact of having to be in the house and then with no power on top of that. And then as adults, we tend to fend for ourselves, and we can be okay. But when it comes down to the elderly and the children and the disabled, oh my God, it can just really break you down mentally and physically. So let's just keep everyone in our prayers until this is all over with. Okay, so today, hot topics. I'm going to be talking about three different things on today, and it's really about women in different situations and stuff like that. We're going to start off with Moni Slider. And she's a young lady that was on Love and Hip Hop that was dating the rapper of the group B2K, Little Fizz, and in the midst of them having a kid and stuff like that, and them being on the show, one of his bandmates, April, they actually started dating and messing around. So it was just a lot of Jerry Springer. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of weirdo behavior. You dealing with, one of your bandmates. And then, so I think Moniece was always kind of like disappointed and disgusted by April after that. So even if she does try to, act like everything is still cordial and stuff like that, it's always a nice nasty. She gives me that type of feel when it come down to it, which, who can really blame her? It's kind of like, yeah, you was messing with the father of my kids, whether we together or not. It's just certain things off limit. So, anyways, April, of course, has moved on. She's not even dating the rapper Little Fizz after all that controversy and them being scrutinized by the public and humiliated on different type of occasions, and her being taken to court behind kids and everything. They're not dating no more. She done moved on because you know why? Because she need that bag. She trying to get that bread, that head, then leave. Not just saying. Oh my God, I'm just saying. So she started dating Dr. Dre. Now, this is very juicy because the simple fact is that Dr. Dre is definitely a rapper that is known. He does tracks by beats. Anybody in the hip hop industry, anybody, period, knows who Dr. Dre is. So he already had just got out the hospital for being hospitalized, and he's going through a nasty divorce with his wife. It's just so much drama on top of that. So it is so weird that now he's at the hospital from having a near death experience and going through a custody battle still with his, not a custody battle, but a divorce battle still with his wife. Yeah, so he was caught seeing April. They went out on a date, and it has been reported that he has brought her cars. So basically, she's like a little side chick, and he kind of put it in everybody's face just last week when pictures went viral. So let's see what Moniece had to say.
Love you, girl. So the person that asked me if April and Dre are together, yes, they are. And it's been a while that they've been together. See, I wasn't even going to ask you anything about that. But since you want to... Somebody asked me, they were like, Mo, is April with Dre? Yes, it's been a while that it's not new. So I've known for a while. I was shocked just because of her public announcement that she's polyamorous and that she has been with this one, that one. And she was on the internet patting her puss. So I was shocked that someone as established and refined as Dre would almost wife her. But is he wiping her or they're just dating right now? We don't really know I was shocked that someone like Dr. Dre would almost wife her. But what I'm not is a hater. April's beautiful. Her body's insane. She's semi. Love you, girl. The person that asked me.
Okay, so she decided to add her, I would say 2 cents, but she didn't put a whole $1.99 in that conversation. And first of all, this is the prime example of minding your business. First of all, like I said, say she did not have to answer that question. We didn't even see. I don't even think nobody answered that question. I think she just wanted to kind of like put some little sauce in it and throw a little, wrench in the game and let it be known that, hey, they been talking. Don't think that this is just something new. April's been out there living foul and messing around with different type of people in the industry. So yeah, they have been talking. I'm surprised that he would want to wipe somebody like that. Girl, who asked you that? Oh my God, who asked you all of that? First of all, I keep on saying first of all, so I'm very sorry. If that was the case and someone asked you that on live or whatever, you could have ignored the question and went on. It's a lot of stuff that people sit up here and ask y'all when y'all on live. Why you got roaches? Why you got a bug in your nose? What is that in the background? And y'all avoid the questions. So when someone asks you a question that you do not need to answer or you feel like that might get you backlash, you could have moved on. If it don't apply, let it fly. Her personal lifestyle, whether she dealt with the father of your kids or not, if they're not dealing with each other now, why does it matter when she then moved on to somebody else? That remind me of something on Facebook when somebody said up and said, like, golly, it be females hate me about a dude that I had dated a long time ago. I done moved on. Catch up. So my niece had said that about April and stuff like that, and I do feel like that there was a dig because you was up there. I can't believe that he would date somebody like that and blah blah this and it's kind of like, what was your purpose at the end goal? So, anyways, when she said that, she got a lot of backlash, and this is what she said happened to her after the fact of her going public with that little information.
You know what? I did not want to believe that Dre was a woman beater, but after the couple of phone calls that I literally just had, he's a woman beater. For sure. For sure.
Okay, so she came out because she claimed that after she went, public and gave that little information, she claimed that Dr. Dre had threatened her, and he had people to reach out to her and kind of say stuff and have her to kind of, definitely retract the story. And now she's on there screaming about he's a woman beater and he's this and he's that, and she fears for her life, and she did not believe that he was this type of person. First of all, how, Sway? In the words of Kanye West, how? How you did not know a man that was on Death Row Records, Suge Knight? How do you not know a person who has been accused of multiple, domestic violence and abuse in his past? But we're not going to sit up here and, hang it over his head. But why did you think anybody who survived the 90s straight out of Compton type style, what makes you think that he was not about that life? And it is so funny because you wasn't thinking about him being a woman beater and an abuser and a threat when you was making them statements and saying and telling his business. This is the prime example. Mind your business. I don't think that it was. First of all, leave it up to the blogs, leave it up to the gossip people or whatever to report the news about different stuff like that. It just hits differently when someone is close to you or in your circle or in the industry, and then they have a comment about your lifestyle because you're touchable. You see what I'm saying? They don't care about these YouTubers and then these random people reporting on Instagram and Twitter about them because they already know they can't see them people face to face. They don't know where they be at and where they reside. So at the end of the day, she should have never opened her mouth to speak on anybody' relationship unless it's hers. So I do feel like she was being petty. And then at the end of the day, Manish, you did that. And now you're looking crazy because no one is coming to your defense. Because you know why? It was just news. It was just something that you added on. They posted it and then they moved on. That's just how society works. Oh, okay. Thank you for the little tea. On that note, now we're moving on to the next thing. And you sitting over here now, you scared for your life because now your life is in danger. You feel like that, you can't move freely around here because he's after you. So be mindful of being in other people's business. Like leave it up to the people that is getting paid for it or the people that does not have any ties with these people. Hey, next time send it to a blog anonymous if you want to sit up here and do it. A lot of y'all celebrities do that anyway. So anyways, moving on. Next subject, B Simone, baby girl. She has came out and what did she come out and do? She came out and she spoke on a situation when it came down to females making a list. But she said we need to make a list of a man that we want, but in that list, you need to be making sure that you bring that same type of energy. Like basically, don't make that list if you ain't even coming with it yourself. Uh, let me let y'all hear what she said in the list. I'm sorry, I'm getting it together.
We're manifesting love. But here's a little challenge. We got all these things we want in a man. A list of things. He got to be tall. He got to be dark. He got to be handsome. He got to have pretty teeth. He got to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. He got to be rich. He got to be successful. He got to be all these things. And we ain't even have the things on that list. He got to be a family man. And talk to your mama in 6 months, but you want him to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. Your account is in the negative, ma'am. Overdraft fees. He got to have a job. You need to go fill out some applications because you're still unemployed. He got to have pretty teeth. You ain't seen a dentist in 6 years. He got to have a six-pack and be in shape. You can't even walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. Get your life together. This whole list that he got to be. You ain't even half the things on that list. So this is what I challenge you to do so we can manifest love all 2021. Make that list of that perfect dream man that you got in your mind. Then, what I did, make a list of the type of woman he would need right by his side. You want him to be in shape? You need to get to the gym. Equally yoked. You want him to be financially stable? Well, you need to start saving because you can't keep a dime to your name. Huh? You want him to be a family man? Call your mama. You become a family woman. Heal your traumas before you put up him. You want him to be patient. Patience is thin. You want him to be understanding. You're the least understanding person in your circle of friends, but he gotta be understanding. Fix you. Fix you. Whatever you want, become that. He got it.
Okay, so that sums up what B Simone was saying. Let me start out by saying I like B Simone. She's from Dallas, baby. She's from the gritty Grove, Pleasant Grove. I'm not from Pleasant Grove, but still, I'm just saying though, she's definitely someone that has really started from the bottom. Now she manifests. She did get caught up in a scandal when it came down to her book. Plagiarism. So, a lot of people kind of start disliking her behind colorism statements that she made and her plagiarizing books and stuff like that. So they've been thinking she was a fraud. But nevertheless, she went viral behind this statement. And what I have to say about the situation is that I agree. When I first listened to it, I agreed with what she was saying. I feel like, oh, okay, that's not bad. You know what I'm saying? What she's saying and what she's speaking of is not bad. It's kind of like, hey, whatever you desire in a person, then therefore you need to be that too. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying, type of love and affection or the list that you make and the qualities that you want in another person, make for sure that you're willing to, step your game up also. Don't sit up here and expect a lot from one person and you don't even expect that stuff from yourself. You don't even expect that type of treatment for yourself or as goals and stuff like that. You want a person with a job, but you don't got a job. You feel like you shouldn't work. Like, wow, that's backwards. You see what I'm saying? So I do agree. And it was so funny because they was going in on her and some people was just like, you know what? Some people miss the message because of the messenger. And it does, cloud a lot of people's decision when it come down to it because they're so caught up on the person who said it to the point where they're not realizing that, it's facts that they're speaking of. Now, on the flip side of the situation, when I was listening to a lady that I love listening to my radio, she kind of made a good point too. She was just like, now it's okay, what she had said, but you have to understand some people that look for qualities in another person is because that they either never had it, so they're setting standards. And I think it's so disgusting because, not trying to be funny, she did not put a race on it, but people automatically feel like that this goes out to all Black women. They weren't thinking about the Mexicans, the whites, the Latinos, because Black women are considered strong and powerful. We is Black history, period, Pooh. But at the end of the day, a lot of people, took it towards us like, oh, she's talking about Black women and Black women only. So it was very disgusting because it's kind of like, it's funny because if you looking on social media or in the news, anytime someone says something about standards and women setting standards and how dare you accept this and you're this and that, they always want to come back to us. Like, like we the spokesperson for women equally rights and stuff like that. Like, it just did not make sense because what Millie had said, which way since she was just like, now, yeah, you have to understand. B. Simone is like, how you gonna expect him to be a family man and you haven't talked to your people in in a long time, or you have dysfunction in your family. Okay, that's true, but the reason why I want a family man is because that I want to be able to overcome the situation. I want to be able to go into a situation, with an open mind and a pure heart. I don't want to sit up here and shut it down because of my childhood. You don't know what the world a person went through, and that's the reason why they're setting standards for themselves and they're not accepting a lot of stuff. You're talking about you need to make it right with your mama and y'all, but at the end of the day, how do you not know that this person probably dealt with a lot of mentally and physically abuse? How do you not know that this person dealt with so much through their family to the point where they had to be strong enough to walk away? Because just because they're blood related doesn't mean that, your sanity and your peace of mind, you have to be around them. You have to deal with them. So I do think that people need to realize that when they do make certain statements and they have an issue with people making standards and setting boundaries for themselves, don't try to knock a person because you feel like that you're not at that level. How dare you sit up here and say you want a rich man and you still staying in the hood? Okay, it don't matter. I'm speaking it into existence. I'm manifesting it. I want a rich husband. I want someone to be a leader plus a provider. That doesn't mean on my end that I'm going to be slacking, but at the end of the day, that's something that I desire because that might be something that motivate me in the long run. I'm tired of fucking with broke niggas. Let's just keep it real. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what a person going through. They might be like, listen, I didn't thug it out. I didn't been through ride or die. I didn't held the person down for so long. So yes, I want someone that got common sense but also is a leader and a provider that I don't have to worry about them getting caught up in the system or them doing something dumb and stuff like that. You cannot sit up here and tell me what I deserve because of my standards or where I am now in life. So, it kind of went both ways when it come down to me. I do love B. Simone. I do feel like sometimes, she might say stuff, and I don't think that she was trying to be funny when she said it. She just was letting people know, make a list. Make a list of stuff you said. I even had one of my mentors tell me that my Shiros, her name is Michelle. She had told me that a long time ago. She was just like, hey, I made a list in the past, and once I made the list or whatever, I put it in the book. She put it in the Bible, and she just left it alone. And she's been single ever since. But at the end of the day, it's just the fact of she was saying like, hey, you will know what you want in a person. So a lot of stuff you will not settle for anymore. And I do think that's good because some women are coming from abusive relationships. They're coming from a lot of toxic situations. So if you need to make a list and you know what I'm saying, and just dream a little and manifest, if you the queen of manifestation, like she says she was, it shouldn't matter what is on that list because you know for a fact that whatever is on this list, I am prepared to handle it. You just have to be mentally and physically prepared to handle it when it does come your way. And I will hope that if you set standards for a man to be a certain type of way, that you are that woman. Okay, so moving on. This is the last subject for today. The last little topic for today, Lori Harvey and Boosie. It's a lot of pressure. Boosie had made a statement about Lori Harvey, and I'm gonna play the video because he made a statement and he's like looking crazy now because they're going in on him. So let me find the video so you guys can listen to the audio of him basically going through it because yeah, they kind of got on Boosie. Hold on, I'm sorry. That did not. I was trying to find a video. It was the video of Boosie. He came out. He was talking about Lori Harvey. Because everybody knows Lori Harvey is everybody's going around talking about she's goals because she has been, spotted dating a lot of industry people. P. Diddy, Future. Now she's dating Michael B. Jordan. She's the definition of, think like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it pushing, keep it moving. So she been getting a lot of criticism. I'm so sorry. I'm tongue tied right now. She has had a lot of criticism from really mostly men because they hate the fact of a woman doing or playing the same type of games that they playing. But let's get into what Boosie had said when he did an interview.
And now Michael B. Jordan. What's your take on this?
I think we need to stop giving the woman the power, with situations like this. Girls keep saying it's goals, but we got to start, this not goals, you know what I'm saying? We got to start giving the bachelors, the men who running through a beautiful woman like this the credit, who not housing her, running through her. Because most, like Boo, last time I went to Diddy House, him and Boo was together, like they dogs. So we got to start, I know Laura, beautiful woman, but we got to stop giving the glory to the woman. What about the bachelors? What about?
And now Michael B. Jordan.
Okay, that's what he said. That's what he said, and I'm gonna play what he said today because, of course, he got a lot of backlash. So I must play what he said today after he got the backlash, and then we're gonna get into it.
I wake up to all these Lord Harvey fans on my ass. Tell me I'm hating on Lord. What I won't hate on Lord. I just said y'all got it up saying that's gold. If you saying that's gold, that means you want your daughter to 7 or 8, 9 in a couple months in the industry. If that's goals, if that's cool with you for your daughter doing that, then I can't say. But what's wrong with y'all motherfuckers is y'all salute the woman who get passed around, but y'all dog the woman who stick by when they fuck over. Y'all dog the real who stick by you heard me? But y'all salute to go from hand to hand. The world up. But the woman who stick by her nigga, found her one celebrity and stick by that nigga. I wake up to all these Lord Harvey fans.
Let this be known. This cannot be the same Boosie that has been publicly saying that, has been caught publicly saying or went on record and said that he basically, pays for older women to sleep with his teenager sons, like, 16 and under sons. Once they turn a certain type of age, he getting them head, you know what I'm saying? And he's letting people sleep with them and stuff like that. So basically admitted to, his kids being molested with him being present and aware of it. So I just don't understand why this is an issue when it comes down to this young lady. She's a beautiful young lady. And like a lot of people are saying, it's not even the fact of people saying that, oh, she's gold, she will do this. It's the women's knowing their worth. I really do feel like, first of all, she don't have multiple kids. She, really is not being slutted out as far as like people going around her talking about she has half naked pictures and she's been caught up in a lot of scandals. She is dating. She is actually dating. And then on top of that, a lot of time we see women that goes this type of route in the industry. They end up dating multiple different type of stars and celebrities in the industry, and they end up getting pregnant, caught up in scandals, whether it's drugs and sex and et cetera and et cetera. Lori Harvey to this day is still clean. Only thing we can attach to her is she is still dating, you know what I'm saying, rich, successful men's, black men's, and she is moving on. After she finished talking to them, you don't hear about no scandal. You don't hear her all on there making Facebooks and Twitters and Instagram posts about them. She's not bashing them. And I think that is the reason why she the top dog. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why they talking about goals, because y'all are so used to these females running to the internet, or you guys are so used to these females crying and complaining, and next thing you know, they're back with them or they're holding a person down. His thing was, why y'all dogging out the women that hold a man down for so long? Because we ain't got time. We done been there, done that. Now, we want to see a woman that sit up here and she has her own, but then if she doesn't even have more than him, she's able to walk away with multi-million men, walk away from them and keep it pushing, keep it moving on to the next one. We don't know if this girl being slitted out and sleeping with all them. Ain't now one of these men that came out and said that they had her any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times, and once somebody made a good point too, who's to say that she is sleeping around and messing around with them like that? She might give them something and they see something in her that they have not seen in other women, in these groupie females. And that is dignity. That is respect. Like, she's beautiful, she's intelligent, she really don't need me, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, she's not up my behind. So a lot of people go for that. They love that. So yeah, Boosie just need to, oh my God, if we even go down his history and this is a man with 10 baby mamas, different baby mamas, kids scattered everywhere. You didn't already sit up here and let it be known that, you know what I'm saying, you sit up here and allow your kids to be molested at a young age and you give consent and they're doing it under your house, which CPS should have been all up and through that investigation. But at the end of the day, look at the men that have a problem with this situation. Look at the men that, what are they saying, the dudes that are saying stuff about the situation. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to how they're reacting to the situation. And then you tell me if that ain't no better nigga. No, I'm just saying. But I will wrap it up because that's the end of Hot Topics. So please like, share, comment. Give me your feedback. I love the fact when people reach out to me. If you're on Anchor, please leave a message. If you're on Spotify, if you know me personally, please let me know. Hit me up. I really appreciate you guys. Please be safe. Take care. Love, peace, and unity. Mwah.